everyone, this is RITESH Singh. I'm here with a video tutorial on installing Oracle 10G RAC, and this will be done on RHEL5 using VMware. To start up, I have already mentioned all the required prerequisite details on the website oracledba.in in a published article. The very first step that we'll be doing is we'll be installing VMware. I have downloaded all the software into one of my folder inside E drive. So I'll start off with running VMware Workstation software. The version I am using for VMware is 6.0.4, and the whole setup starts from VMware installation and end with creating Oracle database. Now you can select a typical type for your VMware installation. Select the folder where you want to keep your VMware Workstation installation. Now, while this VMware software is getting installed, I'll take you through to the steps that will be following in next couple of videos. I have written it into a notepad, and later on I'll be publishing it into an article where I'll also mention all the video details, and with that I'll be pasting up the screenshot of whatever I have done. The very first step that we just now have finished out is, we are just starting on is installing VMware. These are the softwares that are required as per the prerequisite. Then we'll create a machine on Video 2, wherein we'll be starting with a hard disk of 10 GB configuration for OS. That this particular thing we'll be doing with SKC hard disk for a virtual hard disk. Then we'll have 3 network cards installed, two of which will be used by Oracle software, and one will be used for a communication between the host operating system and the guest operating system of VMware. We'll go ahead with 4 CD-ROMs. 4 CD-ROM I'm taking as per my choice. You can have only one, but I was comfortable with putting all my 3 ISO image of my RHEL5 into 3 CD-ROMs, and if I do that, I won't require to be putting the CDs back again and again while the installation runs. You can remove the floppy drive because that comes as a default configuration when you create a machine. On the third video, I'll start off with installing Red Hat Enterprise Linux 5, and I'll keep up around 120 MB space for boot partition and 2 GB for swap, 7.88 GB for the root partition. On the machine configuration, I'll be using 1024 MB, or you can say 1 GB of memory for 2 nodes, for each nodes basically. And once we have all the prerequisite done for our machine creation, we can start our RHEL5 installation. And once our RHEL5 installation is done on node 1, we will be copying this particular setup onto our node 2. We are not going to reinstall everything into node 2, rather than we will be cloning our node 1. So we are about to finish our VMware Workstation installation, and it is one of the easiest thing that you will do in the entire setup of Oracle RAC installation. The reason of being so descriptive is to avoid any kind of a confusion or any kind of a problem which usually occurs when someone missed out any of the steps that they do while installing Oracle RAC. So the fourth video that I'm targeting will have that will cover up the configuration tasks for adding the disk and configuring networks and all for the machine. Then we'll create few groups for Oracle installation. Now we have just now finished our VMware Workstation 6 installation. We can finish it out. You can say no need to restart the system, because VMware doesn't require you to restart the system. It just asks, and it won't create a problem while you work through it. Here's the first look of our VMware machine. Now you can start with creating your first machine. Click next. Use a custom configuration or typical, whatever you want. I am going ahead with custom. Use anything as per your choice. Choose Linux. Say it as Red Hat Linux 5. This is not going to make much of a difference because the real installation will be done from the CD and not from the VMware. Here you have to provide a folder detail. So before doing that, you need to go to the target directory where you have created a folder called as machine. Inside that, create 4 folders. One is REC1, second would be REC2, third would be your machine backup, and fourth would be your shared disk. Now since you have all the folders available, you can go to My Computer, browse to that particular location where you have created the folders, and choose machine 1 where you will be storing all your files. Give the name of your machine as REC1. Allocate only one processor to it. Give 1024 MB of RAM. Here you can choose bridge networking. Use SKC as discussed earlier. Create a new virtual disk, SKC. Choose around 10 GB of space and split it into 2 GB of files. Now browse to the location of your rack 1 machine and give the name of the file as per your choice, because this file is going to hold our OS related files. I'm just going to name it as rack 1 OS. And here I have just now finished the configuration of my machine 1, and as already discussed on the notepad as well, that when you configure a machine, use 10 GB for OS configuration, create 3 network cards and 4 CD-ROMs. To do that, you just have to edit your virtual machine setting. Go to add, create Ethernet adapter, use bridge, finish. So now you have 3 Ethernet adapter created. The next is creating your additional CD-ROMs. Similarly, just now, like you created your Ethernet adapter, you can also add CD-ROM to it. Choose CD-ROM. Now here use an ISO image. Say next. Go to browse. I have kept all my ISO image for RHEL installation here. So I'll put CD1. Finish. I'll add one more. I'll add this 2 here. I'll add one more. So now I have 3 of my CD-ROM additionally added and 2 of my Ethernet card additionally added to the existing created machine, and I'm ready to install RHEL 5 onto it. Just one thing you have to take care here, your VMware additionally involve floppy drive into your machine configuration. If you don't have a floppy drive, you should better remove it. Otherwise it will throw an error each time you start your machine. So this is all in your first video. On the next video I'll